Hello guys, this is Scope, welcoming you back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus in a special bonus episode. This is actually the second and final bonus episode that I'm going to be showing for Shadow of the Colossus. So yay, we did it. We finished it. Anyway, here it is. So once you beat the game, what you will unlock is this option right here, which is New Game Hard Mode. And pretty much it's exactly as it implies. It's the regular game, but it's harder. You start off with a lot less grip strength. You start off with less health. The Colossi do more damage to you. And even some of the Colossi have more than one weak point. They have new weak points, and they take a lot less damage. So you can do that if you want and play through that. So that's kind of awesome. And now I'm going to show you something else too. Load game. So we'll go to slot 1. And once you beat your game, all 16 Colossi, what will happen is this. You'll see your file, this is the file we've been playing on, and it'll say go back to 0 defeated, yet it'll still have your time limit on there. And as you can see, we've got a little 2 next to it. What that means is we are now on a New Game Plus. Pretty much we've started the game over, you can play through the storyline again, but you retain all your stats and your items. But pretty much we didn't get any extra items, so that doesn't really mean anything to you. Now, when you're playing through hard mode, as you can see, you can also do New Game Pluses, so that's kind of cool. But we're just playing normal mode right now, so I'm going to show you a few things on normal mode. So let's go to it. Let's load our game. Alright, so it's going to show the intro again there. We don't really need to see that. We already know what happened. Or do we? No, we know. Alright, and we start back here at mono. Okay, so as you see, we retain our health bar and our grip strength bar from our previous game. Now, something new. Now that all the statues are back and we've beat the game and we're on our New Game Plus, there's something new you can do, a whole new element of the game, actually. So I'm going to show you what that is. Pretty much, you walk up in front of one of these statues here. We'll go for the, is that the second Colossus or the first one? I'm pretty sure this is the first guy, so we'll do it with the first guy just for demonstration's sake. But pretty much walk up to a statue and press O here, and Wander will pray. And now you'll see we've unlocked time attack mode. So once you beat the game and restart your file and you're on a New Game Plus, you can do time attack mode. Now what this is as you'll see right here, the time limit, it'll show the picture of the Colossus. This is the first Colossus. What's it? Valus, is that his name? Yeah, Valus. And the time limit is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So here on normal mode, to beat this guy, we're going to need to beat him within 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete it. And if you've tried it before and you have a different time limit, it'll show your record right there. So I'll show you guys that. I'm going to show you one just for demonstration's sake what it actually does. So when you do this, it doesn't factor in that you have to travel to him, so you don't have to travel. It'll warp you straight to the Colossus, so that doesn't waste any time. Obviously that would be stupid. So it's just going to show you the cutscene right here real quick. We'll skip it. And then immediately your time is going to start running as soon as the battle ensues before you even get their attention. So we're going to want to shoot this guy right away to get his attention, start the battle, so we can get him moving towards us. Alright, and as you can see there, it's going to give us a running time limit of how much time we have elapsed so far, and then it's also going to give you what's kind of cool is in the remaining time there in the yellow, it's going to show you how much time you have left before your time limit's through. So we're going to get on this guy, stab his leg. Oh, that didn't work out too well. And on a New Game Plus, the Colossus are slightly harder, but they're not going to get any more weak points or anything. And as you can see, since we started a New Game Plus, it's going to take all of our stats away that we've gained. So as you can see, our health bar and our grip strength bar are extremely low. So that kind of sucks, because on time attack, you don't get any of the added bonuses. You just get the grip strength and whatever that you normally start the game with. Now, I don't know why I'm having trouble climbing onto this guy. This guy's being a pain in the ass. I'm stabbing his leg and he's only falling down for like 1 second. Okay, there we go. Climb, Wander, please. Wander, can you climb? Man, this guy's only staying down for like 1 second. He's being a pain. Wander's running out of grip strength too. Yeah, so when you have such little grip strength, you notice it's kind of a pain in the ass. So let's get up here before we fall. Please, Wander, thank you. Alright, let's regain some grip strength. We only have like a minute left to beat this guy. So as you can see, time attack, even here on normal mode, is no joke. You don't want to mess around. You have no time to loiter. If you fall or mess up once, you're pretty much screwed because these time attacks are very unforgiving. So let's see if we still can't beat this guy. Alright, that shit did a shit ton of damage. We might be able to do it. And go. Alright, I'm not going to mess around with this guy. Oh, he shook just in time there. I was just about to get a stab off. And he knows it. There we go. Alright, one more. We should be able to beat this guy in the time limit, because once you get to his weak point, he's pretty easy. Alright, so we did it. We did it. 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So there you go. We successfully beat the normal time attack of Valis, the first Colossus. So pretty much, once you finish this, it'll warp you back to the temple. You don't have to watch any cutscenes or anything. And the statue won't be destroyed because you haven't beat him in the main game. And to challenge the statues can't be destroyed, so you have to do it. You have to finish that time attack before you actually beat the Colossus. So, yeah. But if you do beat the Colossus and you've already beat the time attack, the game will remember that. So it's not like you have to do all this once you've only defeated 0 Colossi. Anyways, pretty much, once you beat certain amounts of the time attack Colossi, you'll unlock new items that you can get. And to get these items, once you've beaten a certain amount of the correct Colossi, you'll see the pool back here that Wander fell into at the end of the game will be glowing. And that means you can go back there and collect your item. And there are quite a few number of items you can get this way. So one of the cooler things in the game, pretty much the biggest Easter eggs, is that once you defeat all 16 Colossi time attacks on normal mode, you will unlock brown Agro. That's right, so Agro will actually be brown. Yes, he will be brown. And once you defeat all 16 Colossi on normal time attack and hard time attack mode, which hard time attack mode is obviously you fight their harder versions, which have more weak points and all that, you will unlock white Agro. And Agro will be white. He will be a white horse, but he will still be Agro. So that's very, very cool. That's pretty much your ultimate prize. But I do have a save game, I believe, where I have pretty much all of the items that I've gained. And I might have a save file with brown Agro, but I'm pretty sure I don't have one with white Agro. But, so yeah, I'm going to go load up that save file so I can show off some of the items you can get. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, we're back. And I am here in my other save file. Apparently I lied. Once you destroy the statues, you actually can go and still pray at them. So it doesn't matter how many of them you've defeated. In this particular game, it looks like I've defeated 12 of the Colossi so far, and I'm on my second run. This is just normal mode, though, and I've been checking all the way from Malice, starting at the 16th Colossi and going down, and so far I've defeated all of them. As you can see, they get a little check mark next to them once you've defeated them. And as you may notice, you can already see some of the newer items on Wander. For example, his cloak looks different. I'll get to that in just a second. First, I want to make sure I defeated all of these Colossi. Now, you may ask, oh, well, can't you just check by checking if Agro is brown? Because he should be brown if you defeated all the Colossi on normal mode. Well, little problem with that is my TV is kind of gay, and I'm semi-colorblind, but not really. Only with, like, purples and blues. But the point is, I can't really tell if Agro's brown. I'm pretty sure he is. It's hard for me to tell from here, but... from in my room, I mean. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like I've defeated all of them. Let me just check these last two real quick. Yep. Alright, looks like we might have done it. And as you can see, I've collected quite a bit of fruit, and yeah, looks like we defeated them all. Looks like I've collected quite a bit of fruit and lizards here. As you can see, my health bar and grip strength bar are tremendously huge, but they actually do get bigger than that. Your grip strength bar can actually get big enough to the point where it becomes invisible, where it won't even show it anymore. Oh yeah, I guess it does look like Agro's brown. So there you go, that's brown Agro right there. So that's cool. Don't think I'll be able to show white Agro though, because I haven't actually beaten all the hard mode guys yet. Anyway, if you press start here, first thing you'll notice is we've got a bunch of fruit and save points showing on my map. Well, that's because we now have this new option, item. So here are some of the items we have. Pretty much you can unlock the fruit tree map and the lizard detection stone. So what these are, these tell you where the fruit tree map pretty much lists out all the fruits on the map, as you can see there. So now you know where to go and get all the fruit. And once you get the fruit from there, the fruit will disappear off the map, so that's how you know if you've gotten them all or not. And the lizard detection stone, I believe it actually like shines on your character on a Wander when it's moving or something. I don't know. Anyway, the item I've got on now is the Cloak of Force, and what that actually does is it makes Wander more powerful, makes his stabs do more damage, I believe. I actually might have to look this up because I really have no idea what all of these do. It's been so long. But in the meantime, I can show you some of the items that I do know what they do. Alright, so pretty much some of the items that are added to your actual inventory, as you can see here, are the exploding arrows. I believe these are called the flash arrows. So let me show you what these do. These are freaking awesome. This is probably my favorite weapon of all, one of the favorite new items you can get. So, here's a regular arrow. Here's a regular arrow. Okay, yeah, it's cool, it penetrates, all that. Here's a flash arrow. Boom! Yeah, pretty much it's got an explosive taped onto the end of it. So, you can make shit explode. Now, my favorite thing to do with this is actually shoot aggro with it, but you can pick your poison. And you don't really have to be accurate when you're shooting at aggro either. Oh, I feel so bad, look at that. And after you hit him, he's going to walk limp for a while. But he'll recover, so don't worry. I feel bad, but it's kind of funny. One of my favorite pastimes. Anyway, so I've pulled up the item list here. So let's see what we what these items do. Anyway, we've also got in your items you can equip some of these. For example, if you try to the whistling arrow, let's see what that is. And the Cloak of Deception, so I showed you the flash arrows. The Cloak of Deception, actually, if you equip that, I guess I'll show that. You can only wear one of the cloaks at a time, obviously. The Cloak of Deception, as you can see, makes Wander invisible. Yes, he's invisible. You can still see his shadow and his tracks, but it's freaking cool. Wander's invisible, so pretty much you can see where this would become useful. The Colossi can't see you. They'll pretty much still try to shake if you're on top of them because they'll know you're there. They can feel you. But you can pretty much run right in front of them undetected. So that's pretty awesome. I don't know about you, but anyway, we can show our whistle arrows here. Pretty much what this does is it's a whistle and an arrow at the same time. So if you want to catch a Colossi's attention, use this. Or if you want them to think you're somewhere else, you can shoot a whistle arrow in that direction, and they will think you're in that direction, thus getting them to turn around so you can get on top of them or something. I don't know, whatever you'd want to use that for. So, alright, anyways. So, okay, so the Cloak of Force. That is the item that I was wearing. Let's check it out. Cloak of Force, that unequips the Cloak of Deception. Yes, 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 wonderful. So what the Cloak of Force does is, I was right, it actually does increase the amount of damage Wander deals with each stab. This is the same cloak that Lord Iman's soldiers were wearing. So, just a little tidbit of information there. So now let's check out one of the other items. Alright, so let's equip the Mask of Strength. Check out what that does. Alright, so as you can see, Wander is now actually wearing this mask. It's kind of hard to get a close-up on him. If we go in a corner or something, we should be able to. This actually looks really cool. So there you go, you can kind of see it there. So that's really cool. So what the Mask of Strength does is it even further increases the amount of damage done to a Colossi, and it stacks with the Cloak of Force. So if you're wearing the Cloak of Force and the Mask of Strength, you will do even more damage to a Colossi. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, so now we know what the Fruit Tree Map and the Lizard Detection Stone are. Now, what is the Mask of Power? Well, let's check it out. So the Mask of Power and the Mask of Strength you obviously can't wear at the same time because they are both masks. And you can only wear one mask at a time. So let's see how this one looks over here. Alright, that one looks kind of cool. It kind of looks like a skull. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. There's that one. That one looks pretty cool. Oh, that is an epic view right there. So yeah, that's that. That's the Mask of Power. Alright, and so what the Mask of Power does is it also further increases the damage to a Colossi. It stacks with the Cloak of Force, but Mask of Strength cannot be equipped at the same time. So I don't know which one does more damage. I think it's equal, so you can either have one or the other. So there you go. So that's pretty much all of the items for the normal time attack mode. Now I'm going to go see if I have a file with the hard time attack modes, any of those items received. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, okay, so I went and checked through my files, and I actually do not have a hard mode file that has actually even beaten any of the Colossi. on hard mode. I could have sworn I have, because I have used the items you gain from hard time attack mode before. But oh well. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you the items, because I would go through and beat all the Colossi on hard time attack mode, but I don't even know if I can at this point, especially with me being sick. So I am going to just tell you what the items are and what they do, and maybe someday in the future I will show them off. But yeah, you can look at them in a YouTube video if you really want to. So the first item is the Harpoon of Thunder. It's a weapon that Wander can throw at a Colossi's weak point to inflict about the same damage as a full stab. The only difference being that the Harpoon is a ranged weapon. It cannot fully kill a Colossi. Colossi like Zenobia, for example, can almost be killed by the Harpoon, but in the end a stab from the sword is still required to kill it. So that's nice. You can use that. Definitely helpful if you want to speed things up. The next item is the Sword of the Sun. So this is the first new sword that's available to you. You can actually get a new sword. And the sword you start with is called the Ancient Sword. And there's 3 total swords you can get. Alright, so the Sword of the Sun, what it does is it doesn't do any more damage to a Colossi than the Ancient Sword, but its ability to gather light is much greater. It can gather light pretty much even anywhere, even in the shade, and it does it a lot better. The sword is a reference to Agro, as many similar swords can be found scattered throughout the castle in that game. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. Alright, the next item you can get is the Fruit Tree map, which we've already seen. And then after that, the next item you can get is the Shamans Cloak. It's an item gained after you beat 8 Colossi on hard time attack mode, so after you beat half of them. It reduces the damage Colossi do to you. So it's kind of the opposite of you doing more damage to them. Now they do less damage to you. It doesn't have any effect on how much damage you do to them, actually, though. It's the same exact cloak as Lord Emon wears. And if you wear it with another item that you get through hard time attack mode called the Shamans Mask, and you are riding white aggro, you'll pretty much bear the exact resemblance to Lord Emon. So that's kind of interesting if you want to do that. So the next item is the Lizard Detection Stone, which we've already went over. And the next item is the Shamans Mask, which I just spoke of, the Shamans Mask, sorry. After you beat 12 Colossi on hard time attack, you get it, and it reduces the damage Colossi do to you even more. Once again, it does not change how much the damage does to you, and it goes along with the Shaman's Cloak and white aggro. Now, the second to last item is the Cloak of Desperation. So what this is, essentially it's a parachute. When it's equipped, you can press either R1 or circle to deploy it, and pretty much you can float. Wander has no control, or very little control, over the direction in which he falls when the Cloak of Desperation is in use. This item is useful if knocked off of a tall Colossi. If you repeatedly open your parachute and then close it by letting go of R1 and push the control stick forward, you will move more than you normally would if you were just holding R1. If you use a turbo controller, it will work even better, and you'll be able to go very far distances and explore areas you were not meant to explore. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The Cloak of Desperation is pretty awesome. It's essentially a parachute. You can explore a lot more places using that and pretty much fall from huge heights and not take damage. And then the very last item that you get after you defeat all 16 Colossi in hard mode is the Queen's Sword. It's an extremely powerful weapon that is only obtained by slaying all 16 Colossi in hard time attack. The weapon itself does not provide any advantage to the player in the way of tracking down a Colossus. The Queen's Sword can eliminate most of the Colossus' weak points in 1 or 2 hits each. Even Colossi like Malice can be defeated in 2 fully charged stabs. So if you use this sword and you use it in combination with like the other powerful items, you can do a lot of damage. So the Queen's Sword is pretty much the most powerful sword in the game. And it's also bears a resemblance to the Idle Sword found in Agro, which is the hilt of it is pretty much the same. So that's pretty cool. Those are all the items you can get in hard time attack mode, and then of course once you beat all the normal and hard time attack modes, you get white aggro. And then one more final Easter egg I want to tell you guys before we sign off here is that you notice that little white square or diamond on Aggro's head? Well, if you actually, I think I'm going to quit here because I think I have it on my main game, or at least I thought I did. But pretty much if you have an Agro game save file on your memory card, Aggro's head will actually not have that diamond white part. Instead, it will have a white part that bears the exact same resemblance to the eye in Agro off the title of the game. So while I was watching the final cutscenes and editing my finale, I noticed when Wander was petting Agro that he actually had that eye on his head. So I forgot that I had an Ico save file on here, but I'm going to show it to you guys, see if it's still there. Show it to you guys. But yeah, pretty much he'll just have that eye across his head there, and it's kind of hard to notice because it blends in really well, and you don't usually look at Agro that closely, but it is there. So let me see if it's there. It was during the finale cutscene, so if it's not there now, you guys can just go to the finale and look at it there. Pretty cool, I think. Nice little Easter egg they put in there. Alright, Agro, where are you, buddy? There he is. Okay, yeah, he still does have it. Cool. So as you can see on his head there, he doesn't have the diamond. He actually has that little eye on it. It looks kind of just like a line, but that's actually the exact eye from Ico, and I looked it up, so that is there because of that purpose. So that's kind of cool. Alright, well, that's pretty much all the extra stuff I wanted to show in these bonus episodes. Sorry that I couldn't show you guys the hard time attack weapons, but, you know, it's not really a big deal. Just knowing about them is pretty much good enough, and you can see other videos of them on YouTube and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys had a fun time enjoying and enjoyed watching me play Shadow of the Colossus. It was definitely a fun game. I've already said all this stuff in the ending, but I absolutely love this game. Pretty much my favorite game of all time. And then the fact that after you beat it, that's not it. You can go through time attack and have some extremely hard challenges. You got the New Game Plus, you got hard mode, you got the time attacks on both, and they yield pretty good rewards. Definitely very worthwhile rewards, so it's definitely got excellent replay value as well. So that just adds to the list of why Shadow of the Colossus is awesome. Anyway, so I guess this officially concludes this LP. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me and watching it all the way through, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye, everybody.